This video will go over how to solve absolute value inequalities. When you're dealing with absolute value inequalities, you have to remember two different patterns. So when you see the less than sign, it's going to turn into a statement that looks like our and statements of our compound inequalities. And when it's an or, it's going to turn into, or when it's a greater than, it will turn into an or statement. I'm going to go over how to solve these with these examples. So the first thing we need to remember is that each absolute value will need to be in the form where you have the absolute value on the left here, and you have something inside the absolute value bars, and then you just have a number that is positive on the right. Absolute value inequalities must have a positive number on the right, because when you take the absolute value of something, it would have to be a positive number. If it has a negative value over there, it would be unsolvable. But it has to be in this form before you can decide whether you can solve it or not. So with less than situations, those are and statements, and with greater than, they're or statements. So this first one is a greater than statement. So we have to look and see that we have to use this situation. So you take what is inside the absolute value bars, and you'll make it into an or statement where you have the less than value is less than the negative form of C, because this answer could be negative, or the positive form when it's greater than. So I'm going to rewrite this one into that statement. So I'll take the x plus 3 and make it less than the negative version of this, which would be negative 8, or I'll do what's in the absolute value, and I'll do greater than the 8. So we need to remember that the less than symbol goes with the negative number and the greater than symbol goes with the positive number of the answer. So then I just need to solve these. You can pause the video and solve it on your own, or just watch me solve it. So if I would do this, I would just subtract 3 on both sides, and I would have x is less than negative 11, or over here, subtract 3 on both sides. I will have x is greater than 5. So this inequality is solved now with these statements. So the next thing we have to do is just graph the solution. So I already labeled the number line, so now I just need to remember to shade the certain parts. So this says x is less than negative 11, so that would be an open circle, negative 11, and it would be shaded this way. And then it says, or x is greater than 5, so at 5, I would have an open circle, and then it would be shaded with all these values this way. Before you decide that you're finished, you should really check it. So you want to put in a value that would work. So I'm just going to put 6 in. So I put it in the original absolute value inequality, not the ones I wrote, just the original ones. If I put 6 in there, I have 6 plus 3, which is 9. And I know the absolute value of 9 is 9, and 9 is greater than 8. So this side seems to be true. If I would put 5 in there, I should get 8, and I know that 8 is not a solution, but that does check that I solved it correctly. 5 plus 3 is 8, and the absolute value of 8 is 8. So I know it should be an open circle there. On this side, I should pick a number. I'm going to pick negative 12. So I put negative 12 in here, and I have negative 12 plus 3, which is the negative 9. And negative 9's absolute value is a positive 9, so 9 is greater than 8. So I'm checking all the parts. Some people like to check off in the middle, making sure that this wouldn't work as well. But this is the solution to number 4. The next one, number 5, is a less than situation. So this will be an and statement, because anything with the less than symbol will make it into an and. So you take the value here and make it negative, and use your less than symbol. Whatever's in the absolute value bars, then use your less than symbol and put the positive value there. This is an and statement, so you can pause the video and then solve it, but I'll solve it with you. So I would add 1 on every part of this inequality, and I get negative 10 is less than 2w, which is less than 12. And then I would divide by 2 on every section, going to have negative 5 is less than W, which is less than 6. So this is the values that should work for this absolute value inequality. So now I need to number the number line and graph it. You can see here that I have already numbered the number line, and I'm going to look here and I have negative 5. That's going to be an open circle because it says less than. And at 6 it will be an open circle, and everything in the middle will be shaded. I want to take some time to check my answers here. So I'm going to choose something in the middle. 0 is in the middle, and that's easy to check. So I'll put 0 in the original equation. So I have 2 times 0 is 0. 0 minus 1 is negative 1. And then you take the absolute value of that, and that's going to be a positive 1. Positive 1 is less than 11. Anything inside here should work. And you should check a few values in there just to make sure that it is good. Looking at number 6, this is a different scenario because it doesn't look like the other two. You don't have just the absolute value bar over here. So the first thing you need to do is make it look like something like this and just do a little equation solving before rewriting it into an and or an or statement. So the first thing I'm going to do is add 8 to both sides. So I have 3 times the quantity of 5m minus 6. And that is going to be less than or equal to 21. It's almost looking like the other two, but I still can't rewrite it with this 3 on the outside. And since this is next to this bar, I know it's multiplication. That means that I need to divide both sides by 3. These would cancel, and I would have the absolute value of 5m minus 6 is less than or equal to 7. Now that it's this situation, I can rewrite it, and this is a less than situation, so I have to rewrite it so it looks like one of these, where I take the negative value of this answer and then do less than or equal to, because it has the equal sign underneath it. I'm just going to have the equal sign underneath here, put whatever's in the absolute value bars, and do the positive version over here. And this is how you rewrite it. Now you just have to solve that, and you can pause the video and solve it on your own and then graph it, or you can watch me do it. So to solve this, I'm going to add 6 on each side. So I have negative 1 is less than or equal to 5m, which is less than or equal to 13. I then need to divide by 5. And I can leave this as fractions, or I can turn it into decimals. I'm just going to leave it as fractions for right now. I have negative 1/5 is less than or equal to m, which is less than or equal to 13/5. This is a really small section. These numbers aren't that big apart. If you think what 13/5 really is, that is really just 13 divided by 5, which is 2.6. So I could use decimals here and have 2.6. And that is really 1/5 is really the same as 0.2, so that's negative 0.2. I have a very small graph to graph here. So the decimals do help when we're numbering the number line if you don't work in fifths. So I'm going to really space my numbers out. Just have negative 1 there, 0, 1, and then 2. And I could number a whole bunch of different ones there if I wanted to. So then I'm just going to estimate about where negative 0.2 is, and that's negative 1/2, and that's a little right there, so we'll try to put an open circle there. Some people like to write the number above it. And then we have 13/5, which is the same as 2.6, and just about there. Now for both of these, I'm going to now have a closed circle because it is the or equal to. And then I have to shade inside. So this is a very small amount of values that work for this absolute value inequality. Now you do want to check a value and want to use the original one, not anything that you did anything with, the one that was actually typed in the book. So I'm going to use 0 because 0 should be a solution. If I put 0 in here, I need to do what's in the absolute value bars first and then everything on the outside. So this is 0 minus 6, which is negative 6. I then take the absolute value of negative 6, I get positive 6. Then I'm able to multiply by 3, I get 18. And then I have 18 minus 8, and that is 10. And that 10 is less than or equal to 13. So it seems that this value solution does work. This is how you solve absolute value inequalities. And you just need to remember that every time you have an and statement, you must rewrite it like this. For a less than statement, you write it like an and statement like this. And a greater than situation, you will write like this.